Hey guys, it's Alan, the Fireman 1028, and today I'm back with our 2025 CF Moto IBEX 450, and look where I'm at. I am deep down Parsons Road, outside of Robbinsville, off of Deals Gap, right off of the tail of the Dragon. Parsons Road is one of those cool little, kind of famous, infamous, hidden gems that not many people know about. And we're taking our CF Moto. Actually, I came here for a on-road ride, and I ended up taking it down here. And we're doing we're just kind of an impromptu, off-road part 2 test with this motorcycle. And we're having an absolute blast down Parsons Road. So just come with us. This is not a review. This is just a, hey, let's go for a ride down a really cool road, do some exploring. We've already hopped over some logs and through a bunch of puddles and creek crossings and everything else. And you see how windy it is around me. It is a windy, cold, blustery, late October day. So come with us along for a ride and let's have some fun. If you see anything that you like, please like, comment, subscribe. Let's go. All right, guys, so let's hop on this 2025 CF Moto IBEX 450. And again, like I said, we are deep down Parsons Road. But we're going to turn around, head back out. There's some really good riding, really scenic. And man, this is just an absolute blast. This is exactly why you get an adventure bike. It really is. You see a road, you're like, hey, what's down that little road right there? Let's hop on it. I feel 100% confident in this little bike here. Nope, now hang on. So we gotta turn off let's turn off our ABS, or excuse me, put in off-road mode, which basically just turns off our front ABS. So again, like I said, we've already come down this road. We've already hit a couple trees, and it's real windy, so there's a lot of limbs coming down right now. And there's a nasty little system moving through, so we want to get out, before it gets too bad, or before they shut the road. That would suck. And then we have to turn around and try to figure out how to get the hell out of here. So, man, it's windy. Look at this. Look how windy this is. I hope this is coming through. But this little IBEX, this little 450, this engine is an absolute gem. The clutch is real lightweight. It responds so. It is. I mean, the clutch is so light and predictable, and the engagement point, the stick stuck to me. The engagement point is nice and soft and predictable. The engine is just so responsive. Again, we're still in break-in mode, so I'm not pushing this thing hard. Again, I'm on a road that I haven't really ridden in years, to tell you the truth. And I'm getting soaking wet, these little creek crossings. And I'm by myself, so I'm not going to do anything crazy. But the suspension is doing really good. I mean, I'm bombing down this little road here. And the suspension's nice and compliant. I think that's probably a good word for it. The engine's, it's this little parallel twin is, 270-degree crank, parallel twin is very torquey. It hauls this 432-pound bike around with no issue whatsoever. Are you going to win a race on this thing? No, Lord, no. But you know what? It's just so much fun. And again, like I said earlier, I'm gonna stop calling it cheap, because it's not cheap. It's just inexpensive. But if you could, like a power to weight ratio, if you could put a Smiles, there's our log crossing again. If you could put a Smiles to Smiles to dollar figure on this thing. You put a Smiles to dollar on this thing. Gosh, I can't think. Oh, there's our turkey again. Hello, turkey. Oh, hello, turkey. You put a dollar figure on this. Back a second here. A cost per smile, let's call it. I don't know if anything that's going to give you more smiles and enjoyment for your buck than this bike is right here. You know, like I said in the initial off-road review, would the engine make it worth buying by itself? Yes, absolutely yes. It would be worth buying just for the engine. If this had a little thumper, you know, so a single cylinder engine, but it was the same package with the same weight and everything else, would it be worth buying then? Absolutely, for the price. But when you combine the package together, you know, you get a bike that was so thoughtfully made. I mentioned this bike in the Moto Guzzi V100 Mandello, which is a completely opposite bike than this. You know, Moto Guzzi makes a bike. They make the bike that they want to make. Okay, and if you like that style of bike, you go buy it. What CF Moto did is, I guarantee you, they got a team together. They got a team of, you know, American riders and European riders and Asian riders, and said, you know what, man, it's windy. If you could make the perfect lightweight adventure bike, what would you make? And then they started putting a list of stuff together, and then that's what they made. They made what the consumer wanted, not what they wanted. And you can tell that there was so much thought and effort and time that was put into the design of this bike. You could tell there was so much time and effort and thought put into this bike. It is such a competent package. It really is. I'm so impressed. I had my reserves. I had my doubts going into buying, you know, to buying a Chinese bike. I really did. But man, it's not just hype. Honestly, I thought it myself. I was like, man, these people on YouTube and all these journalists and everything else, they must be getting paid a bunch of money to talk about this bike and give it such positive reviews. And guys, I'm telling you, it's true. It's true. This is an incredible package. This is truly a special bike on a pretty special road. But look at this torque. 2,000 RPM. Lug it right out. Lug. That little parallel twin will do that. My KTM wouldn't do that. If we got the 390 Adventure R, I don't think it would do that. You know, that's what I was trying to buy. Actually, before I bought my 390 Enduro, I was trying to buy an Adventure R. Couldn't get a hold of one. And the price with the tariffs, it wasn't really that good of a deal. I mean, it was still a good buy, but it wasn't the screaming value that it was without the tariffs. But I mean, the tariffs, they are what they are. You know, KTM's passing them along to the manufacturer. CF Moto didn't do that. CF Moto ate the tariffs. Ouch, that hurt. CF Moto ate every one of the tariffs. The $6,500 MSRP, that's what I paid, and then a handful of taxes, and then I bought some of their accessories, which are really reasonably priced, and I paid $7,300 out the door for this bike. So, I mean, it is a stupid good deal. Man, what a fun little bike. I didn't even set out to do this today. This is not even what I wanted to do. Did my off-road mode turn off? It looks like it did, didn't it? I need off-road mode. There you go. Yeah, don't turn that off. I don't know if did I forget to turn it back on? Huh. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, definitely need off-road mode. And again, just like that, a switch, a dadgum switch, right there on the handlebar to turn off. You know, you don't have to go through 6 or 7 screens to get to off-road mode. You push one button. That's it. Is it sophisticated and have a bunch of rider modes and everything else? Nope. Don't need them. I got on-road mode, off-road mode. That's it. That's all I need. I mean, guys, it's got 40-something horsepower. You don't need 8 different modes with 40-something horsepower. My 390 Enduro R, I mean, damn, it's got road mode and off-road mode, and road mode sucks. Road mode is the most god-awful mode of a motorcycle I think I've ever ridden. By itself, not too bad. But when you combine that with how good and responsive the off-road mode is, the on-road mode is a dog. And I don't even know why the hell you would ever use that. Yeah, you lose ABS, but so what? Who cares? The throttle response is god awful. It feels like it's being drugged. It's got a parachute behind it. Feels like there's molasses underneath the throttle. And then off-road mode is just complete opposite. This bike here, it's got one throttle response. This is a little snatchy, maybe a little bit. But you got one button, on-road mode, off-road mode. That's it. Do I wish this thing had cruise control? Yeah. Do I wish it had a quick shifter? Yeah. Is it a deal breaker? No. This thing's still an absolute blast without those. Seating position is great. I am waiting on my rally seat to come in, which is the tall seat, which is about another inch and a half taller, which is really going to help out the seating position. But I mean, like I said, I've got, how many miles I got on this bike now? I got 37 miles on this bike. Yet I feel like I've been riding this bike like I've known this bike forever. Does that make any sense? I just feel so comfortable on this bike. Am I using that camera right now? I just feel like I feel so comfortable on this bike. I feel like there's nothing I couldn't do on this bike. Is it a 250 pound enduro bike? No, it's not. Is it a 300-pound dual sport? No, it's not that either. It's a 432-pound adventure bike. An adventure bike is supposed to be, good at everything, master of none, and that's exactly what this bike is right here. Would this road be more fun on a dual sport, on my 300L, on my 390 Enduro R? Maybe, but I'm having an absolute blast on this. I can tell you that. But which would be better on the highway or on the tail of the dragon or on the interstate? This bike right here. This bike it's not perfect at anything, but man, it's just great at everything. Would an FJR 1300 be a better bike on the for slabbing it on the highway? Yeah. But could this do it? Yeah. Could a FJR 1300 do this? No. So it's a master of none, but it's good at everything. It'll do everything. Single track, done it. Trails like this, done it. Interstate, done it. Tail of the dragon, done it. That's a deal. What a fun bike. And if I sound excited, guys, I'm telling you, it is genuine. I am genuinely excited about this bike here and what this bike will do. And I'm just so excited that this is mine. I bought it with my money. And I'm going to do with it what I want to do without anybody telling me what to do with it. And we're going to compare it. We're looking. I'm this close. This close to buying another bike to compare this bike against. And I'm really debating whether to buy something inexpensive and kind of make it like the KTM killer. Buy a cheaper, older bike, and can you take it and can you make an older bike compete with what the newest, most modern bike is, which is this? So that's one route that I'm considering taking. The other route is to go get a modern competitor, go get a Himalayan 450, or an NC 500X, both of which I've been looking at already. I know the KLE 500 is coming out in the spring, and I will wrong direction. I will have one of those. I will have a KLE 500 to compare this up to, as well as the other bikes in our fleet. This is, let me go slow on this part right here. Man, this is so much fun. It's starting to rain now, it looks like. That might be time to call it. It might be time to call it. I got more riding in than I thought I was going to, so. That ass in was sliding. Man, this is so much fun. That ass in was sliding around. Yeah, it's starting to rain on me now. I think it's about time to call it a day. I still gotta get back up the mountain. Oh man, what a fun bike. What a fun bike. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for our off-road part 2. You want to call it that? You know, this was kind of Parsons Road. This was kind of an impromptu ride. And if you don't know anything about Parsons Road off of Tail of the Dragon, look it up, man. It's a really cool road. So, like I said, this is going to wrap up our impromptu part 2 off-road review. Again, we've got so few miles on this bike. Yet we've already, if you notice, I don't ride bikes like everybody else do. I'm not digging around. I'm out here. I'm out to have fun. And man, we're having so much fun on these bikes. And that's the whole thing. What I want to do is I just want to show you what these bikes will do. You know, you don't have to go buy a GS to have a fun bike. You can spend $6,500 MSRP, $7,100 out the door, and have a bike that will do 99%, if not even, you know, it'll do some things that a GS won't do. You know. As far as lightweight stuff and everything. So, you know, you could have a bike you don't have to spend that kind of money to have a fun bike. Is it made in China? Yeah, who cares? Who cares? I don't care. You know, my 300L, it's a Honda, but it's made in Thailand. Will that keep me from buying it again? No. My 390 Enduro, it's made in India. Is that a problem? Maybe, actually. It might actually be a problem. But that's a different story. It doesn't matter where the bike is made at, guys, or who the company is, or you know, it's just, if you want to go ride, go get you a daggone bike and ride. And this bike right here is freaking awesome. And I cannot wait to see what other kind of adventures we can get into with this bike here. So if you see anything that you like, comment, subscribe. Subscriptions are the absolute ultimate compliment. Guys, I mean, like I said, every time I get a subscription, I celebrate. I just like do a little fist bump and like, yeah. And another little log crossing here. Let's take this one here. That's where 21-inch wheel. That's where 21-inch wheel helps. You just go over stuff like that. So again, if you see anything that you like, comment, subscribe. Subscription is absolute ultimate compliment, and please subscribe so that way you get notified of when we put more content out with this bike. I got a ton of stuff planned with this bike, individual things, modifications, projects, comparisons. I mean, all kinds of stuff planned for this bike, and I'm so excited to see what. Ow, that hurt. To see what we can do with it. Ow, that hurt. To see. That's a big puddle. To see what we can do with this bike. Oh, that kind of hurt. To see what we can do with this bike, but to see what we can compare this bike to, you know. So, and to see where this bike takes us with our channel, you know. I mean, we're having so much fun. This is a hobby. It is. Am I making money now? Yeah. Is it a lot? No. I'm just out here having fun, guys. I really am. This is an absolute blast. And I can't believe some people would actually do this for a living. Man, I tell you, that'd be cool. I got a business to run, and I'm an elected official and everything else, so I can't do this for a living, but dadgum, this is so much fun. This is so much fun. So thank you guys for watching. God bless. Roll Tide. And remember, tomorrow needs you. See you guys.